Alright, park talk, park walk, car talk, car walk. Just kidding, I don't know. But I decided I want to start another YouTube again. I think I just saw a shadow of a dragonfly. So I'm gonna try to find a spot. Maybe I can sit down and we can talk. But for now I figured maybe I'll just kind of take on the opportunity of just starting it now. So I'm not too sure if there is any benches around here, but I'm gonna look, and I'm determined to find a spot no matter what. But anyway, I love that life and the opportunities that it holds. I also just love like being out here, and like sometimes I watch the videos back and then I'm like, look at the trees, like how beautiful, and just being here and feeling the breeze. It's so poetic. Alright, I found us a spot. So I do think a lot of people like come in and through here, but I don't know. I've been let me just see. I don't know, I guess I like realize like sometimes I just like I need to feel it. Like I need to feel like, okay, yes, this is the spot. And I just didn't feel like that was the spot. But that's okay. I don't know, sometimes I get embarrassed when other people are around. Or maybe just like, you know, doing this for the first time. And I guess, I don't know, I just want to encourage anybody out there who like, I don't know, maybe you're having trouble getting started on something new, or sometimes I feel like, at least for me, like I can overthink it so much that I can like start to get stuck, you know, that like I overthink starting something new so much that I'll like, I don't know what it is yet, but I wanted to talk today on my walk. I wanted to just kind of talk about grief and the feelings that it comes with, and I don't know, I'm feeling like it's definitely something that's hard to talk about, something that's hard to put into words. I think I feel it in my heart a lot, and I think that grief can come with loss that comes with life. In that, I think, you know, it comes a lot more than we think, because life is change, and when it's changing, I feel like we can grieve our old selves or past selves, or even maybe parts of ourselves that we haven't forgiven yet, or that we thought we would be. I don't know, like, you know how like at a certain point, like, I don't know, sometimes you're like, oh, by this time, or by when I'm this certain age, like this and this is gonna happen, or like I should be here in my life. And I don't know why we do that necessarily. I think it's because we often like compare ourselves maybe and our journeys to like, I think because of social media, sometimes it can have a big thing to do with it. I see a little bench, and it's easy, I think, is what I'm trying to say, to like want to compare yourself. And I think that it can be hard sometimes to like stay true to yourself. It looks like a little circle, but anyway, I want to get lost either, but let's just go with it. I feel like sometimes I also need to just like get going. It's just so like beautiful here. Like I love when the trees are like dead and alive, and I just like love seeing that coexist together, you know. And I think that that's also what I'm trying to say here with grief, is that it coexists with love. And sometimes we feel a lot of pain as we experience loss, whether that be of people, of loved ones, of like, again, a past version of ourselves, somebody that we thought we were going to be, or maybe we were and then we lost that part of ourselves, whatever it might be. I think for me, in ways that I can relate, is like sometimes I like, of course, miss my old face, you know. I'm like, oh, I wish I would have appreciated my nose more when I had it, in a sense. And like, I think that I would, but I think it's like when you lose something, you sort of realize like what you're missing without it, if that makes sense, or like what you were maybe not being grateful for or seeing in that moment. And so let me just make sure this is recording. That's always my thought. Okay, it is. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that like grief comes in waves. It can be disguised as pain, but it's also love. And I hope that sometimes, or that more than anything, more and more, we can start to see that, as we experience life and maybe even loss and, pain. I'm gonna go back that way. I think it's like realizing that we change along with life, and maybe sometimes we want to hold on to parts of ourselves or people or things in our lives, but maybe we're in a season of letting things go. 2 dragonflies above me. I love that. I don't know if you can kind of see. They flew by. But prickly pears. I just love life. I feel like we've got to like appreciate it, and as much as there is loss, there is also love. And I'm not trying to discount the grief and the pain and the loss, but what I'm saying is that like I've been there and I feel it, and I'm there with you too. And what I'm saying is that with that we can feel love too, and we can allow ourselves to feel joy as well. Oh my gosh, fluttering butterfly. I think it's a monarch. Well, it's an orange one for sure. I need to learn more of their names, but just like I'm reading The Alchemist right now, and it just makes me think of like little omens, like that are sent to us throughout our days, and little things maybe only we know. Maybe it's only between you and the universe, you and your world, you and God, you and source, whatever you want to call it. But I think we kind of have to, at least for me, something that I realize is like life is so much bigger than even just outside of me. Like life is so infinite and vast, and I don't know, it's beautiful to be reminded of that and to be humbled by that, and again to like appreciate our life, and so I found a little spot here. Maybe I'll sit down for a little bit, but yeah, let's see. So I did sit down, but I'm continuing along, and I guess I just want to maybe some closing reflections and thoughts is really just to honor our cycles, honor where we are in our life. Even listening back, I was thinking like, well, what about appreciating where you are now and your beautiful nose in your face now, and I think it's just reminding ourselves like back and back again, however many times we need to, is just, of our beauty, no matter, and of our infinite and inherent worth. I think it's like, yes, I know sometimes it sounds so cliche, but we really got to remember those things, because we are what we think. And I think that it's so important to see ourselves as beautiful, even if it's only your own kind of beautiful. I just think that that's so important. I think that when you define that within yourself, it radiates out of you in your own beautiful and unique way. And so even if you're going through grief and pain, or maybe heartbreak or loss, which again come with grief, I think, and all these emotions, again, life is complex. And I guess I just want to say, keep going. Every baby step matters. I'm proud of you. Just know that you deserve to create the life that you want. And sometimes life will send us these different situations, sometimes very hard situations, and sometimes we may not even know why we're going through them. But I just want to encourage you, wherever you're at, honor that. Be with yourself. Love yourself. Feel what you're feeling. Allow yourself to feel that grief, feel that pain. And when you start to feel that joy, and when you start to feel yourself transform, know that you deserve to feel that too. When we are vulnerable enough to allow ourselves to meet those darker parts of ourselves, we will also allow ourselves to feel more joy and more of what we actually want to feel in life. Sometimes we go through seasons of feeling the complete opposite of that. And sometimes it's up to us to learn through that and see, well, what are we going to take from that? What am I going to learn and see, like, where is life leading me? And I think earlier I was talking about how I started reading The Alchemist again, and it just talking about omens, right? And I think it's important to remember that when we want something, the universe does conspire to help us achieve that. So remember that. And take life as an opportunity. Yes, there's chaos, but there's also opportunity. And may you be inspired by that opportunity. And remember that life is fragile and precious, vast and complex, and it is so many things. But you are here to create your own life and the things that you want to see in the world and the things that you need. So create what you need, even if that means creating just for you. So